YouTube, so today I'm going to be doing a video all about Winklepickers. Now this has been requested quite a few times now and I just haven't got around to doing it, but today I thought I would do a video on Winklepickers, and I was asked quite a lot but I wasn't really sure what to say about Winklepickers exactly, so I'm just going to talk you through my experience with wearing them, what they're like to wear, the price of them and what are good places to get them, and maybe like how to style them as well. I'll just show you firstly the Winklepickers that I do have. If you are familiar with this channel then you already know the ones that I do have. This is the first pair of Winklepickers I ever got, and this is what they look like here. And these are a very popular kind of Winklepicker. They are the underground blitz Winklepickers. So they've got like a little heel to them, and they've got 3 straps, a zip at the front, and that is how pointy they are. So, and that is what they look like the other side. And that is the back. The other Winklepickers that I've got are, I love these shoes so much. It is these. These are a painted material. They've got like little bats on each buckle there. And these have a very small heel. They're much more flatter. They are more pointed, very, very pointed. I would say that these are very trad kind of style, but I would say that these are even more so because they are more flat, they are even more pointed. So I adore these shoes very much. These are from the Gothic Shoe Company. Now the thing about Winklepickers, and I think I've said this before in a video, but if you are new to my channel, then these do look, especially these ones, they do look fairly uncomfortable to wear. They're very slim, like they really hug your feet, but they're very pointed here, and that is what they look like the other side as well. So that is the shape of them. And a lot of people think that they're very uncomfortable to wear, but really these are the most comfortable shoes you could actually get, like especially in terms of Gothic shoes. Like many Gothic shoes are much more chunky, they've got big heels, they've got like platforms and they come up really high, but with Winklepickers it's just like they really are so easy to wear because your feet, like your toes will end about here, so you can't even feel like it's not like your toes are being like squeezed into this area because they end here and they just sit so tight around your foot that they just stay. And as for the heels, they aren't very high. You can actually get heeled Winklepickers and that's probably the next thing I would buy, but these are just the ones I've got for now. Before I bought those Winklepickers, I bought these shoes, which were kind of like the shoes that I bought to get myself into Winklepickers, even though these aren't Winklepickers, and these are the shoes. So this is what they look like, and they're just like, they're kind of interesting because they're like in a lace-up boot Doc Marten kind of style, and then they've got this really pointed front to them. And they're very unusual, and I got them from Debenhams of all places, but they really are quite gothy, they're really smart, and I have worn these so much and I do love them. I do love them just as much as my Winklepickers because I do find them to be very unusual and not something that I'd ever plan on seeing again, like on the high street at least. I really love these. So that is the Winklepickers that I do have, and you can adjust the straps to how tight they are around your feet. So to take these as an example, you can completely adjust these to how tight you want them around you, so you don't have to worry about them not fitting well, because these, I'm a size 6 usually in boots, and I got a 6 in these and they're just perfect. As you may know, I recently went to New York, and for the first day there I wore these super flat sandals, and it was a huge mistake because my feet were in so much pain and I was in so much pain with my feet. So for the rest of that holiday I had to wear these because they were the only shoes that I took with me that had like proper shoes, you know, they had a heel, they had actual support for you. And so I walked all around New York day in day out in these shoes, and they were great. They were really great. They've held up so well. They don't need rehealing at all or anything. And I think I wore these again, yeah, I wore these again when I went to London the other day. Again, I walked everywhere. I love walking around cities and that, so I just walk as much as I possibly can, and my feet didn't hurt, and they just really are like the shoes that I will wear if I feel like I'm going to be walking a lot. And these have been through a lot with me, especially this past month, and they have done so well. I did also take these ones to New York as well, but I never got the chance to wear them in New York because I thought if I need like a bit of padding and support on my feet, then I better stay away from these because they don't have that much really. I mean, even though they are comfortable to wear, I feel like the others, it's better to have a bit of a heel if I had blisters, and so I didn't wear these for New York. So I haven't really worn these out for a long day like I have with the others. In terms of purchasing Winklepickers, I would always recommend purchasing them online. I don't know any like stores that would do them at all. Nothing like can spring to mind, especially where I live. Now the Blitz ones, the other ones that I showed you, they are the underground Blitz Winklepickers that are, I think they're like really expensive now. They're about 160 I think. I really wanted them, but that is so much money to spend on shoes. It's just crazy. So I went on eBay, and believe it or not, they had those Winklepickers in my size for £60 from the UK, and I was just in shock. Like, I was very, very lucky. So I would say if you're looking for like the underground shoes, the underground Blitz shoes or underground Winklepicker shoes, shop around on eBay, shop around other kind of places, and fingers crossed you will find some that will be a bargain. Another place to buy them is Etsy. Etsy has two stores that I would recommend. The Gothic Shoe Company, where I bought these ones, or there's Goth Pikes, which I've not purchased from, but I would really recommend purchasing from them because they do vegan leather. They are based in Germany. The Gothic Shoe Company are based in the UK, and they're both like handcrafted, handmade, specifically for your order. Shop around a lot because it's surprising the amount of styles that there are, especially on Gothic Shoe Company and Goth Pikes. They've got tons of styles, tons of styles. So they've got quite feminine ones, quite girly ones that go a lot higher up obviously because these ones are fairly short, and there's just such a huge range. So I'd really like take your time looking for them. I would say the average Winklepickers will cost about £80. Search on Etsy for Goth Winklepickers, then you will find like a ton around 80, 90 pounds, which I don't think is that bad considering that they are handmade. I think it's just great. Like, I really appreciate that shops are actually doing this because, let's be honest, Winklepickers, you don't really see people in Winklepickers anymore. Like, I think they started like, you know, becoming a trend in the 50s. Winklepickers were like the staple shoe for goth in the 80s, and also, you know, the Blitz, obviously, Blitz Club, and so they were a huge staple then, but that style has never really come back since. So I'm just so thankful that there are shops making shoes that are for that style of like 30 years ago, so I really do appreciate that. And so yes, I will link all the kind of places that I would recommend down in the description. I would also say having a look around like charity thrift stores as well. I don't have like experience of finding any kind of shoes like this, but I do hear from other people that they do have a place like near them where they can find this kind of thing. In terms of styling them, I personally like to wear them with fishnet tights. I think with long skirts they look brilliant, they look very witchy. Just like black dresses, like I try and just keep what I'm wearing slightly more feminine maybe. Like I usually go with skirts or dresses if I'm going to be wearing Winklepickers, just for a kind of mix of styles. I usually go with black tights or fishnets, and I usually stick to my usual style of wearing long skirts, short skirts and dresses. If you go on Tumblr and you type in Winklepickers or something like that, then you always see people wearing them, and from that I always get lots of style and inspiration. I would say whatever boot size you are, go with that in Winklepickers. Not so much like the size for like sandals or dolly shoes. Just go with your usual boot size for like Doc Marten boots, things like that, and that should be the same for this kind of thing. They're not too chunky or heavy, so you can wear them all year round pretty much, unless you live somewhere very hot. When I was in New York, it was really, really warm. Oh, it was so warm. And I still wore Winklepickers every day because I think I would have done anyway, even if my feet hadn't been bad, because they are still light, they're not too chunky, and so you still feel like your feet can breathe from them. I think the only thing I would say is that they may be a bit harder to style because they don't go with a ton of stuff. So I mean, wear them with whatever you want, but I find like when I wear Winklepickers I have to think a bit more about what I'm wearing as opposed to like any other kind of shoes. That's probably like the only downside, but I just don't care because I just think they're the best. It's just the best. So yeah, they're the Gothic Shoe Company shoes there. That's what they look like, and that's the back, just plain. And these are the Blitz ones. You can probably tell that I've worn these a lot more. They're quite a lot older. I've had them for a couple of years now, so yeah. So that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I covered everything that you needed to know. I will link all the places that I recommend for Winklepicker shopping down below in the description. By the way, I'm going to be doing a Q&A next week, so if you've got any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. I will answer pretty much anything. So if you've got questions about me or you want some like advice about something, then please just like put it down. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye everyone.